Sagittarius, my name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. Today we're going to take a look at the person that's on your mind. Currently, I just dropped all the cards okay, on my lap, so we're good. One more shuffle. What is going on with Sagittarius and the person that is on their mind? Let's get into it. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. Wow, Sag, number one, you're dealing with somebody who's very, very attracted to you, very sexually attracted to you. However, that is not the only thing that I'm seeing. They also love how emotional you are. Yeah, you could have water placement specifically in your moon or Venus sign. They really love your ability to open up emotionally. They also feel like you guys are soulmates. That's very, very strong energy. There could have been a long time where you spent a lot of time in isolation. Maybe healing from a past connection. Maybe just sort of kind of sticking to yourself. Trying to figure out what's next. It's like the energy of you were healed from the past, but yet nothing new was really going forward. So you've been very much in this sort of isolation type energy. However, you met this person randomly, or you've known them for a long time. It's going to be different for all of you. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of emotions, even if this is somebody that you haven't known a long time. The sexual chemistry is off the charts. Although I don't feel like you guys necessarily speak on this with each other. It's much more of an intuitive thing where you guys just both know. You both just kind of know. Either you or this person, though, could have some pretty toxic patterns of behavior or just things in your life that you're trying to actively cut out. I'm getting mainly for this person. It's like part of the isolation. There could have been, you know, alcohol, drug use, something like that. But whether that's your person or you, it seems like the energy of coming out of that. And what's helping you or this person come out of that is this love connection that feels like an absolute soulmate, destined connection that kind of came out of nowhere. Again, the sexual chemistry between you two is crazy, whether you've gone there or not. It's really pulling you out of this isolation period in your life. But yet, as much as you like this person, you also know that there may be some things either on their side or your side that need to be cleared up. Some patterns of behavior that aren't necessarily the healthiest. Your intuition, Sag, is very strong. Whoever I'm speaking out to there, you have a great sense of intuition. Okay. This could be somebody that you've known from childhood for some of you. For others of you, I'm getting it's kind of a newer connection. So maybe you just reconnected with someone from your past here. How does this person feel about Sagittarius at the deepest, deepest level? Oh, wow. Okay. Knight of Cups reversed, and we have the Two of Cups reversed. Wow, with the Queen of Cups and Six of Cups. I just want to clarify one second. King of Cups reversed. This person may feel like they aren't capable of... This person's emotionally unavailable is the message that I'm getting. And this may be that pattern that they're needing to break out of, is being simply emotionally unavailable. This person doesn't know how to come in and be romantic, or it's something that they literally just struggle with. Their brain doesn't even really go there. It's a very non-romantic type of energy. And a lot of times in numerology, people born on the 28th, 28's the number of wealth. And there's other numbers too, but I'm just going to stick with 28. 28's the number of wealth. And anyone that I've ever met in my own personal life that has 28 energy, you know, emotions aren't necessarily the forefront on their mind, because their soul isn't necessarily here for that. Now, it depends on other astrological and numerological placements within their charts. However, I'm just strongly getting this person isn't the most romantic. They're not the most emotionally available. Even like in a friendship, type setting. But yes, they spy on you. They keep an eye out to see if there's others, but it's like the energy of getting this person to open up emotionally is like pulling teeth. It's very difficult, but that could be the reason why this person loves how emotional you can be, because that's something that they're clearly lacking. And I'm not really even seeing a romantic offer being made. We have the Two of Cups reversed, but then we have the Six of Cups. I'm just strongly getting the message that the person you're dealing with has a very hard time being emotionally available. And this is something that's really been bothering you because you have all this love to give. How else does this person feel at the deepest level about Sagittarius? Okay, they admire your passion. They admire that you see something and you go after it. They admire that you speak your truth, whether it's going to hurt that person's feelings or not. You're going to speak the truth. That's what I love about Sagittarius is. You guys are awesome when it comes to that, and they love this about you. But it's like when it's time to open up emotionally, to make the romantic gesture, to do the romantic thing, or to just even have an emotional conversation about feelings, this person, it's really tough for them. Why is this so tough for them to open up emotionally? Okay. Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. You're dealing with somebody who is kind of content on their own. They've built a lot of stability and security in their own life, and they're very hesitant to drop their guard for just anybody. I feel like it took them a long time to get there. However, you're dealing with somebody who is very, very money focused. They're not necessarily love focused. They're trying to hang on to their pentacles. Maybe they had a financial setback recently, but it's like this is somebody who, as long as they have the money in abundance, they are content within their own space energetically. This person is somebody who thinks about money, what they can do to get more, how they can hold on to it. But they love your passionate nature. You could be dealing with an earth sign. How else does this person feel at the deepest level about Sagittarius? Some of you may have just bought a house or moved recently. Yeah, they don't know. Honestly, Sag, Ten of Cups reversed. They don't know. They're not telling you this. They don't know if they are actually even capable of having a real relationship, of having something special with another person, opening up to that person, really sharing your innermost emotions, thoughts, all of that. It's like this person just really, all these cups are reversed. They really struggle with that. And Sag, it begs me to ask you the question, is that somebody you even want in your life at all? It's always up to you at the end of the day. We all have free will, but someone who's not coming forward, making romantic gestures, someone who's not giving emotionally whatsoever, they're just kind of like in their own happy bliss, which is good, but it's not good for you. When you're on the receiving end of not getting any emotional connection, that's really stressful. That can be very stressful, especially I'm seeing for your energy, right? Cups in the upright. You want something special with this person. You feel like the bond is really there. However, this person's struggling to open up emotionally. At the end of the day, though, do you want to be with somebody who cannot talk to you from a heartfelt, emotional standpoint? You know, this energy is kind of cold with that Four of Pentacles that we just saw. It's a cold energy, someone who holds on dearly for those pentacles, for those finances. But when it comes to relationships, they just getting emotionally close is really tough. This person may have had something in their childhood or their past that deterred them from ever opening up emotionally again. But always remember, Sag, it's not your job to make someone open up emotionally. They have to do the inner work to make that change themselves, because it's hard enough to change ourselves, let alone another person at the end of the day. So what is the advice for Sagittarius in dealing with this person? Fool card. It's okay to take a chance. You know, also I'm getting for those of you that you just got a vibe from this person, but you haven't really spoke up about how you feel about this situation. I feel like that's the second time I've seen that. I feel like you guys are each keeping an eye on each other. But with the Fool card here, it's like, don't be afraid to take that chance and be like, listen, we can always do this in a respectful way. And just saying, listen, I need, one of my needs in a relationship is I need someone to emotionally be present in the connection. And if that's not there, that is a standard that I have. Are you willing to open up a little bit more emotionally? If this person gets all weird, like, no, that's not me, blah, 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 at least where did that card go? At least you took the chance and had the conversation. Like I said, in a respectful way, but at least you had the conversation, and now you know, oh, this isn't my person. If they respond like that, they could also respond with, oh, I didn't know that was a need of yours. Sometimes people go throughout life just the same way they always have. Maybe this person doesn't even realize they don't open up emotionally. But at the same time, I'm not seeing a romantic love offer being made. So if you have the conversation and this person has an epiphany and they're like, oh, I didn't know you felt that way. Oh, yeah, I can put in some effort to try and do that. Awesome. Then it's actually they're going to make effort towards that, and this is a connection that could actually go somewhere. But if they respond the other way of emotions, but like something like that, where they go against what you're saying your needs are, not only are they not listening or respecting your needs in that moment, they're not willing to take accountability for how they're making you feel, whether they mean to or not. A mature person, when someone's telling them, one of my needs is this, and again, in a respectful way, one of my needs is this. A person that is like, blocks that off, like, why would you even bring that up? That is not somebody you need in your life. Because what happens when you have another need you need met? Are they going to act the same? Probably. But if they react and, oh, I didn't even realize that you were wanting me to open up emotionally, and they say, I'll start making changes, then that's a whole different scenario. So the advice here, Sag, is have the conversation in a very nice, polite way and see their response. Their response is going to pretty much tell you everything you need to know. Sometimes it really does take just that communication, right? Because this person what they love about you is how you do open up emotionally. They love that about you. They just don't do it themselves, and that's driving you crazy. So have a very respectful conversation about it and see what happens from there. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.